Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I hope you are having a great day. It is Thursday, and I said yesterday that I might come before you, and I think I kept my promise. But nevertheless, I will not be here that long for real, like 30 minutes. um, Anyway, the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. I'd like to say a big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. I won't share the link today because I am by myself. When I'm by myself, God forbid there's some technical difficulty, and I'd hate to leave you up here by yourself. So, anyway, we're going to be talking about Representative Ayanna Pressley and Chairman James Comer screaming at each other during a hearing in regards to the sanctuary city mayors. So I give people just a couple of more moments to come on in here, and then we could go ahead and get started. So yeah, today is Thursday. Weather's great here in Houston, I guess. Early this morning, let's see who's on here. Early this morning, I was out and about, and I usually, well, not always, I go get me some coffee from Dutch Bros. I really like Dutch Bros coffee, and I always tell them because the particular coffee that I like, and I'm one of those people that probably should make my own coffee at home because I am kind of difficult. I need, almond milk, sugar free. Instead of 2 shots of espresso, I want one, and I like it hot. So when I ordered it, the lady, she gave it to me cold, and I said I don't want it cold because it don't taste right cold. So then when she gave it to me, I think she gave it to me with 2 shots of espresso. And I don't know if you've ever had 2 shots of espresso, but you're like, ah. So that's kind of how I am now. I'm trying to come down. I feel like I'm, I don't know, own something, whatever brings you up. So I'm trying to come down. Anyway, you guys didn't care about that. Who's on here? Beautiful sunlight. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Vovo, what's going on with you? Marcella, hope you're having a great day. What you cooking today? Mike, nice. Yes, Thursday. I'm here. I told y'all a couple days ago I was gonna try to come on here when I can. Oh, and I got to wear my hat, y'all. Sometimes I have to wear my hat because I'm 100% natural. And I can't be raking through my hair every day. So y'all gonna have to forgive me. I try to make the hats cute every once in a while. But yeah, y'all gonna get these hats if I got to come on here more often. T, how you doing? Says, why did the Supreme Court reject Trump's attempt to help out Russia's already deadly invasion by cutting all aid to Ukraine, the country being attacked? It says, I thought a felon was supposed to own the Supreme the Supreme Court justice says, well, who told you that? You listen to the Democrats, don't you? And they told you, oh, Trump stocked the court. Who told you that? See, that's why you need to know for yourself. Because Justice Roberts, he tends to be in the middle, right? And as far as what I understand, was it Justice Barrett? She sided against him. So, I mean, that you need to do your own research. Stop listening to talking points of people who are trying to always keep you angry. Now you learn something, huh? Brother Don, how you doing? Let's see here. Somebody else made a comment. Michelle, you says, Demetra, the black woman on Capitol Hill, woman on Capitol Hill are making us look bad. They have no decorum rather. Whenever I see them on TV, I cringe because I know some foolishness is coming. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Wanda, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Multifaceted me, what's going on? He says, I don't mess with that mud coffee. Dutch Bros is pretty good, but yeah, they've been jacking me up lately. So I said, yeah, I got to make my own coffee at home because I probably won't even get to sleep tonight. That's how bad it is. T say if Democrats had any decorum, they would have voted for an out of bail. They would have voted for an out of bail felon who was found liable for sexual abuse in business. Again, you come up off of MSNBC just a little bit. Hey, Cooking with Miss D, how you doing? 48 TCO. All right, you ain't missed nothing. I'm just about to get started. Waiting for everybody to come on in here. Okay, here we go. So, as you guys may or may not know, and Brother Phil covered some of it last night, Democrat mayors, they were yesterday on Capitol Hill. and they were engaging in a hearing in regards to the House Oversight Committee with the sanctuary cities. So it sounds like they wanted to know, sorry about the sunlight's coming on me. They wanted to know about, the state of the sanctuary cities, basically, from what I understand, why they aren't complying with the federal, mandates. They want to know how much money they've spent and, all those things. It got pretty heated, right? So it was New York City Mayor Eric Adams, Chicago's Brandon Johnson, Baltimore Michelle Wu, and Denver Mike Johnston. Those were the mayors that were there. They were kind of on a hot seat. So I'm going to show y'all this video of Ayanna Pressley and James Comer. They really got into it. Check it out.
Recognizes
Mr. Chairman, I have unanimous consent request. Mr. Chairman, I have unanimous consent request.
Proceed.
I'd like to seek unanimous consent to enter into the record this article, and I'll do this as a survivor of sexual violence myself. This is from Courts, March 2018.
Without objection, so ordered.
Data from Texas shows that U.S.-born
without objection, so ordered. We put it in the record.
I haven't entered it.
You have what?
Mr. Chair, can I have several articles. I need to enter them. Let me just go ahead with what the articles are. What they speak to.
What's the next article?
Let me proceed. Data from Texas shows that U.S.-born Americans commit more rape and murder than immigrants.
Listen, this trend of you all trying to get thrown out of committee so you can get on MSNBC is going to end. We're not going to put up with it.
This is my procedural right as a member of this committee.
You can go with Mr. Frost and Mr. Green.
I'm reclaiming my time.
That's what you want. No. Ms. Pressley, I have been very accommodating to you. Mr. Subrignon,
and I take particular umbrage as a survivor of sexual violence. I will enter into the record. This is my right. Thank you.
No. It is Mr. Subrignon.
Mr. Chair?
No, you know the process of unanimous consent. You are not recognized.
I have several articles to enter into the record.
Mr. Subrignon, if you don't go, we're going to recognize Mr. Timmons.
All right, so y'all saw that very heated exchange between the two. Now, from what I understand, I could be wrong. It sounds like there's only 4 Democrats on that committee, and the rest are Republicans. And I'm not quite sure who was right or was wrong. I've seen complete, different sides of the story. Some people said she was right. I guess some people said he was wrong, but he's saying, I guess there was a majority that basically outvoted you. So what she was trying to do basically is enter in data from the sun is like really on me. Data from 2018 from Texas, basically saying that Texas residents are deemed to be more harmful, if you will, than migrants. Again, they were having a hearing about the migrants in the sanctuary cities. Of course, the talking points, especially if you saw Trump's when he was talking to Congress, he was honoring certain people's parents whose children or loved ones were harmed by migrants. And so the conversation is that, the migrants are violent. Not all of them, but, the ones that are in the spotlight, I guess they're very violent. And I guess she was trying to say, well, that's not necessarily the case, that United States citizens are more violent. But my thing is this, and she's a Democrat and he's a Republican. When are the Democrats going to understand that's kind of why y'all lost? Because there you are trying to defend, immigrants. And I'm not saying they're more violent or not. That's not really even my argument, but you're there trying to defend them. You guys are dying on that hill. Of course, those that the mayors that were sitting there, they're Democrats, and they're going to die on the heel of, we're not going to get rid of the migrants. We're going to do all we can to take care of them and things like that. And it's like, when are you guys going to realize that's why you lost? Because the majority of Americans said, we don't want mass immigration. We don't like it. We don't want it. And it was kind of a mandate, right? It was where people went to the polls and they wanted that to stop. But here they are continuing to try to, make that a major talking point. When, of course, we know that there's so many United States citizens that are struggling and were, especially during the Biden administration, where they opened up those borders and let everybody in. And a lot of those mayors, when they were asking about how much money they're spending, they was like, well, I don't know. I think it was Mayor Wu. She didn't know because that's not something she's really into like that. And what's the brother's name? Oh, gosh. his name escapes me, but he was the one that was doing all the grilling, if you will, and she didn't know. Brandon Johnson was like, 1% of what Texas is something, and Mayor Adams, he gave it a figure. I think he said 6 billion or something like that. The other one really didn't seem like he knew either. So it's a mess. But the other thing, this is what I'm seeing here, because Al Green from Texas, he was censored today. I guess it was yesterday, for that outburst when Trump was speaking, when he was speaking to Congress. And just kind of listening to it, it was very almost like, hey, boy, because you got in line, this is what's happening to you. How dare you, boy? And kind of the same thing, too, with Ayanna. That's kind of the vibes that I was getting. Hey, gal, no. I said no, and basically in that vein. But then as I got to thinking about it more, I was like, well, y'all kind of brought this on yourself. Y'all knew what was coming. Y'all knew that y'all had Kamala, who was a bum. Not that she's a bum, but she was a bum candidate in that not too many people obviously were excited about her because not enough people went to the polls to vote for her. She couldn't speak, didn't want to speak for a very long time. And then when she did open her mouth, it was just gibberish, right? And so they didn't, have enough time for her to really get out there. So she was just like a flawed candidate, but that was the hill they wanted to die on, in addition to the mass immigration, the mass deletion of babies, and, all the money, Ukraine, Afghanistan, and just a whole host of other things. People were like, wait a minute. We don't want that. And they kept trying to ramrod that down the throat of American citizens. And then they got what they're getting. Also, they're outnumbered in the Senate and the House. And some people, you could say the United States Supreme Court, you're outnumbered. So basically, you're going to spend the next 4 years or up until the midterm elections. If things change, I guess that'll be different. But you're going to spend that time screaming and hollering and get shut down and censored and all that other stuff. But it's like, might y'all want to be trying to figure out what to do in the next 4 years? How to turn it around and really give people something to vote for if you don't like what's going on? I'm just asking. So what are you guys' opinion about that? I got about another 20 minutes. So I'm going to be all in the comments. It's all about y'all now. So let me go all the way to the last comment that I saw. And thank you for bearing with me here. And excuse the sunlight on my face. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think I read that one. Yeah, I read that one. Hold on a second. So Sunlight says, you get 3 shots of espresso. Man. 1, I'll be all right. But 2, oh no, you get this right now. It's a mess. Siku, how you doing? Long time no see. Says Sister Demetria is ready. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, today is just kind of my day where y'all getting what you get. But thank you. Michelle, you said Black Democrats go hard for illegals, but you will not see them going hard for reparations or anything that has to do with Black folks. Well, yeah, Ayanna Pressley is now spearheading the charge on HR 40, which is the study of reparations. She's taken up from Sheila Jackson Lee, who passed on. So she was like, it's an honor. It's like, no, it's not, because you're not getting us a check. We don't want to study. So who's honored by that? Dave, what's going on? Actually, let me go back up. Stormy, how you doing? Says, if they are going to jail, okay. Dave Davis says, Ayanna, remember, is still in the squad, but she is too masculine. And what do you mean by she's too masculine? Because I don't want to mistake your comment, but when you say she's too masculine, what do you mean by that? Micah says the Klansman forgot to wear his hood. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't just me, because that's the vibes that I was getting to. Like, shut up, gal. That's all that he was missing. But it's like y'all knew the train was coming and y'all didn't do what you needed to do to stop it. And here you are. That's just only the beginning right there, because you can best believe that those Republicans, and a lot of them, they forgot to wear their hood. Oh, they're real emboldened. And then I also heard, because y'all remember during the George Floyd protests and stuff, a lot of cities painted Black Lives Matter stuff all up on the streets. Well, in Washington, I guess not too far from the White House, they had this big giant Black Lives Matter sign that's painted, I guess, in a crosswalk or on the street or something. I don't know. Well, the mayor was like, yeah, we got to paint that over because Trump said he's going to hold our funding if we don't get rid of the Black Lives Matter thing on the street. So, those Republicans, they feeling real emboldened. And I should say, in regards to Al Green, it sounds like some Democrats voted to censor him as well. So, and it looks like they were all white. Anyway, Leon, how you doing? Says, see how fast them Democrats defend migrants. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're still keeping up the nonsense. And Micah says she represents my state. And how's she doing, by the way? Multifaceted says, Demetri, can you explain executive orders versus laws and how they differ? I'm aware, but for educational purposes, please. So from my understanding, executive orders are something that a president can do on his own without Congress or any of that kind of stuff, but they can also be undone, right? And he said versus the law. So you know who sets the law, right? Congress sets the law. So between the House and the Senate, so something can go through the House, but it has to be kind of sealed by the Senate. They have to vote on it last. But between both of them, they make the law. So Congress actually is the heavyweight. They're the only ones that could change the Constitution, amend the Constitution, or, whatever they need to do. The president has certain orders, but he can still be overruled, if that makes any sense. So he has what they call the power of the pen, but Congress is more powerful. And I hope I didn't confuse you. Stormy Weather says he did not want her to speak for sure. Yeah, he all but told her to shut up. 48 TCO says, no, the F she didn't. Excuse me, ma'am. Most of these residents of Texas are immigrants. You might be on to something. Mike says New York was the only one that had how much they spent on immigrants. And you know why, right? Because Trump told the DOJ basically leave Eric Adams alone. Y'all know he got in trouble last year. He was accused of taking illegal campaign funding or bribes or something like that from Turkey. And Trump said, okay, DOJ, get rid of those charges. And they did. But the people in New York are still pretty hot. And the governor, I guess she was thinking about seeing what she can do to remove him because, of course, he's going to run again. So, of course, yeah, Eric Adams came with his ducks in a row because he's like, yeah, Trump did me a solid. I'm going to cooperate now. Yeah, Roz, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Brother Reggie, you up? You are up and you running around, or you kind of open your eyes like, oh, what's going on? Because he's in Japan. Stormy Weather, he says, talk to the ones who got their houses taken by immigrants. Yep. Maureen, how you doing? Patrice, what's going on with you? Siku, you says, when you said you have any of the CBC, put it all on the line. I said any of the CBC, put it all on the line for Black folks. I'm so glad we are waking up. I can't remember when they did. Now, maybe 1971 when they got in, they organized. Maybe they did. I don't know. But again, they're the only ones that say that they are for Black Americans and other marginalized groups of people. So, Corey, how you doing? Where have you been? Let's see here. Byron Donalds. Thank you, Brother Reggie. I couldn't think his name. Byron Donalds. Got you. And cooking would be Miss D. Okay, thank you. Hey, Donovan. And Facts Not Feeling says, peace and love, family. Why does she have the same? Why doesn't? I can read. It's the coffee, y'all. Why doesn't she have the same energy for the anti-Black hate crime bill? Y'all know why? Because they not supposed to. They only supposed to kind of dog whistle a little bit. But they gonna stand tall on the hill of the immigrants and, Asians, everybody else. Black people, not so much, but they're gonna have to because now we're like, yeah, we ain't putting up with it. Donovan says Al Green is inducted. He says inductive to what the problem is. Did you see the cane in his hand? Yeah, and he's 77 years old from what I understand. So he's pretty up there. Michelle says, Mayor Wu seems like a nutcase. Brandon Johnson is a straight liar. He is asking for more money for infrastructure. He needs additional money to provide for the illegals. Yep, probably so. Yeah, he's in battle too. I hope they vote him out. Stormy Weather says, please miss me with that ish. When they did it for how many years? And I'm sorry, what was that? Because I'm behind. Sorry about that. Facts Not Feelings says, I will never defend what she did in that committee. Yeah, for me, it's not a defending or not, because I don't know who was right, who was wrong. But I sure think his tone with her was a little bit massa-ish. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I got. But then again, I don't know. They kind of seem like they holler at each other from time to time. And then, like I said, when I heard how they censored Al Green and was Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, it was like, come here, boy. Come before here and get your lashings, boy. Then I guess the Democrats or somebody started singing. It sounded like a old hymnal, if you ask me. Let's see here. Daryl, how you doing? Says the looks on the Democrats' face when that child cancer survivor was recognized, they pulled that crap. It's over for them. Yeah, sounds like, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I watched it and I fell asleep. So I fell asleep on that part. But I did watch the replay of some of it. And the child that had brain cancer, it sounds like the Democrats were just kind of so what when he was recognized. I think that's messed up. But they I don't care what y'all say, not y'all, but them. The Democrats, they're a hateful group of people. Republicans, yeah, they hateful, but the Democrats, they put a little bit extra oomph on the hate. A hateful group of people. And I'll argue with anybody over that. Reggie says the thumbnail, Ayanna is looking more and more like a supervillain. You crazy. CJ, how you doing? Says, did he really say that? And I'm sorry, I know I'm behind, so I'm not sure what that is. A child of God, how you doing? Says Ayanna Pressley is high level bullies. She's a member of the Links Incorporated. Amanda Edwards is a Link member. Condoleezza Rice and Kamala Harris. And I'm not sure what that is, if you don't mind telling me. But of course, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Miss D. I actually got this hat at the 5 and below. So it's like 555 or something, because it ain't 5 and below no more. Multifaceted says, I don't agree, Donovan, but he never had a chance with those Republicans, so it wasn't worth the embarrassment. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. But the other thing, too, is Republicans get to acting crazy all the time. Remember when I can't remember the guy's name at this point, but when he called Barack Obama a liar, he stood up and said, you lie! And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think she did it, too. So, I don't know. Of course, Republicans, one thing I say about the Republicans, they're going to pull the lever when they need to. The Democrats, not so much. They want to, kumbaya up at Capitol Hill, but they want to stick it to everybody else. Yes, Ms. D, HR 40 is BS. 48 TCO, thank you so much for that. Love and appreciate you. Said the Republicans, rather, and the American people got Justin Timberlake's Crimea River in the queue for the Democrats. We over it. Sounds like. He says, oh, I'm rocking a lot of gold today. Am I? I always wear this. My best friend, one of my best friends, he got this for me. He says, when I saw that, he says, I know I had to get it for you because you are indeed that. And I want you to think about you being a queen every time you see it. So, yeah, my friend got me this. And my sister, she got me that. And these, I think I stole from my daughter. I've had these for a long time. So that's all I have. Facts Not Feeling says Al Green was going for that. You crazy. Show enough. Pimp look with that cane in his hand pointing at Trump. Yeah, it sounds like maybe he needs it. I don't know. Facts Not Feeling says I would have also told her to shut up. Damn. You also say because she's a woman doesn't mean she can break committee rules. So yeah, I'm not sure who was actually breaking the rules. That's kind of where I'm fuzzy. Stormy Weather says because they did not want to do anything for blacks. Is why they are in the stuff. Yeah, we just said, no, we ain't doing it no more. Brother John Nell, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Buckhorse says facts. Now, okay, talking to Facts Not Feelings. Child of God, you say Ayanna Pressley is a Links Incorporated member. It's more exclusive than those sororities. You have to be invited and you have to be plugged into the system in some way. So is it like some esoteric type of like a skulls type of organization? Is that what that is? Corey says, cut the check, forget a study. Yes, indeed. Facts Not Feeling says, I can't understand why are Black Democrats so upset at Trump. What did Trump do against Black that got Black Democrats so angry? Well, the Black Democrats have a talking point that they have to go from. And if you notice, they all sound the same. They have talking points. If you see any Black people trying to get off the plantation, you demonize them and you harass them and you bully them. until they block you, of course. You sell them the talking points of nothingness. You tell them that the Democrats are the party of black people, and we got to keep hope alive, and we got to keep praying and putting on kente claws, and just hoping and wishing, and watch everybody else get something. All you got to do, black people, just keep showing up to the booth so everybody else can get something, whether it's immigrants, whether it's Ukrainians, Afghans, any LGBTQ, no shade against them, whatever. But yeah, black people, you keep getting in the back of the line. That's why we're not supposed to call ourselves people of color, minorities, because they will definitely say, well, we did help minorities and people of color. Y'all keep waiting for the crumbs to fall, and you may or may not get some. So those are the talking points that they have. But again, black people are like, no, we're not doing it. We're not going. So Buckhorse says, I work downtown. I agree. Them ain't, y'all know I couldn't say all those words. Brother Jonell says, Rome, America, same. Yep. Imuna, and I know I'll be jacking your name up. I'm sorry. How you doing? I'm doing well. No complaints. Brother Reggie says, I'm in bed with crusty eyes, but I'm here. Yeah, I know the feeling. Lily, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Buckhorse he says they go hard downtown DC. I ish y'all not. Got you. Brother Jonell says, Babylon, America, same. Yep. Stormy Weather says, who are they again? For black people, I don't know who they are, but I can't think of too many people on Capitol Hill that's for black people. Donovan says, Tiffany Henry here in California at Nipsey Hussle's brother's burger joint. For real? She was at Hustle Burger or Marathon Burger, right? I don't know why I keep saying Hustle Burger. Marathon Burger, is that what was she doing there? It sounds like she needs to stay close in town because the FBI might be. We need to have a word with you. Yeah, but city girl mayor. Miss D says the job of the black Democrats is to conquer and destroy black people. I totally agree with you. Avenge the ancestors. How you doing? Donovan says, Demetri K. Now Tiffany Henry. What is going on? I doubt it. Patrice says the Democrats are owned by AIPAC and lobbyists. Therefore, they do not advocate nor support black Americans. How do we address and rectify this problem? You're absolutely right that CBC should modify their name. Yeah, take black out of it. Or they call themselves the cussing black caucus, but DR take black out of it. They don't do anything for us. And again, the other talking points is you got to keep these black people enraged because 4 years is a long time for black people, enough black people to keep waking up and saying, well, yeah, we know the Republicans aren't necessarily for black people. We damn sure know that the Democrats are. Maybe we should try other options because a lot of black people sat on the couch. They was like, give me some nice popcorn and watch the returns, So yeah. And Donovan says, all of this is political theater. You ain't lying. JJ, how you doing? Says, Brandon is just following Democrats' orders. If he didn't, Dems will fire him. Yeah. And, but Eric Adams is like, nah, I ain't doing it. And I think that's kind of what got him in trouble, with that indictment. Sister Shirley, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Brother Ty, what's going on? He says, I live in New York. And Mayor Eric Adams really need to go. Yeah. What do you think about Andrew Cuomo coming back into the race? How do you feel about that? Because I heard that the field is really crowded there in New York as far as the mayor. Yeah, the mayor race. So, because Andrew Cuomo was the governor. So I guess now he's trying to run for mayor. So what do you think of that? Okay, so I think you're talking to somebody else, Stormy Weather. And Multifaceted said you fell asleep on it too. Yeah, I tried, but I was so tired. I've been tired lately. I've been going to bed early, 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'm in the bed. CJ says Al Green should have gotten kicked out. Well, he did. Brother Jonell says Chicago spent $600 million of the taxpayers' money on immigrants, and Mayor Wu doesn't know how much she spent, yet they can't give reparation. It only shows we must do for self. Yeah. Chicago, 600 million, probably more than that, right? And New York said 6 billion. Like, damn, JJ says, did the women's movement come to her defense? Now, they not finna do that. CJ says, all they had is giving 90s. Thank you. Brother Reggie says, Byron Donalds and Nancy Mace gave them mayors the business. Eric Adams and had some numbers, but he was up there stammering. I bet he was, because he remembered Trump gave him did him a solid. Buckhorse says the chicks tripping where I live. Damn dummies. going. Okay. Rex, how you doing? Says, hello, dearest Demetra. I'm hurt I didn't get to see you when you snuck into Cali. That won't happen again. Nope. Next time I come, I will show up. Sounds like we're going to go to the pew pew range. Or maybe I just watch. I don't know. But most definitely. Priscilla, how you doing? Said Jersey City is here. Jonathan, what's going on with you? I am doing well. Sky Dancer, how are you? Maria, how are you? Buckhorse says, I know what they do downtown and they hate us. Yeah, sounds like. Marjorie, how you doing? And Stormy Weather says the blacks out of the caucus. Vote them out. Vote them out. They're not doing their job. Vote them out. See, that's where we have to stop being apathetic on a state and local level. Stop saying, well, it's not that important. I don't need to go. Because you do need to go. That's where your mayors are decided, the city council, city planning is a little bit differently, but city council, I guess, can decide who's on city planning. The sheriff, judges, DAs, all that stuff a lot of it is voted on. And those people have a direct effect on your life. Federal, yeah, but state and local, most definitely. The mayor is the president of the city. The governor is the president of the state. And they have a direct effect on you. So those are the ones we should show up to the most. So, but you can vote them out during that process, right? The representatives, senators. All right. So Facts Not Feelings says Cuomo is worse than Adams. Okay. Priscilla says Adams ran to the winning team. The Democrats threw him under the bus. Yeah, and that's what Trump said too. When he heard that Adams got indicted, he says, yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen because he went against the grain, and I saw that coming for him. Michelle says Cuomo was the cause of thousands dying during the inadequate help for COVID. There was a hospital Navy vessel off the coast of New York to help with the patients who had COVID, and Cuomo did not use it. I thought they did. Because I thought they actually had a lot of trucks and stuff that was kind of like morgues and stuff, but I thought that they did, or at least it was there, so he didn't use it. Is that what you're saying? Because New York, from what I understand, got hit the worst out of all of the states. That New York had it the worst, so I could be wrong. I don't know. Bape Rags, how you doing and where have you been? He says, will Trump cut NASA? Come on now. Cut NASA before cutting actual social programs? Notes. I don't think he's going to do that because that's where his homie Elon is doing his thing, right? I guess. Sister Shirley says the Democrats still want trans and female sports. That part, right? So they haven't learned. People said they didn't want that. The majority of the country said, we good on that. We good. But yet they want to die on that hill of silliness. Why in the hell would a man, anybody want their daughter to go up against a boy who is obviously physically stronger? It's just a lie. Like, why? I wouldn't have my daughter compete in that. My thing is, if y'all want to do that, then have your own, category. Trans wrestling, trans track and field. I wouldn't be against that, but infiltrating sports, come on. With that, I listen. I don't want to get in all that, but I know what you say you are. But you're born one thing, and you want to get into a sport where the sex, I don't want to say weaker like dumb, but just weaker physically. And I've heard horror stories, just put it that way. Imuna, he says Pelosi looked as if she was loaded. Crazy, she did. Said them lips was working without speech. Well, she's older too. She got to be in her 80s by now. And I saw that, so I thought maybe it was something cognitive because she's up there, Rex says, I'm honored you remembered. Much love to you. Yeah, I have a pretty good memory sometimes. FBA Strong, how you doing? He says, hey, Demetra, peace and love. Michelle Wu is Boston. You accidentally said Baltimore. Sorry, yes, you're right. Boston, my bad. Thank you for the correction. Buckhorse, she says, we love you, Miss K. Well, thank you. Says in the Black Hill Brenner, and also Walt, we love you too. CJ says, and even your local business owners have some political influence. You better believe it. They're like, here's for your little charity, little organization. Go ahead and put that in that. Now they know damn well that's gonna funnel down to that particular politician, right? So yeah. Sharice, how you doing? He says, do not use it. And Reggie says, Demetra, why does Al Green have a cane? I always see him carrying it, but never see him using it while walking. Maybe he wanted it for effects. That looks, I don't know, dramatic. And Stormy Weather says, yes, Cuomo, he is worse than Adams. Okay, y'all tell me something, because I don't know. I can't imagine how much worse, right? But I believe you. Sanchez, how you doing? And you've been missing in action too. He says, Miss Potato Head, you crazy. Spud, now y'all better quit calling that lady Miss Potato Head. Priscilla says, Cuomo hid a lot of, he said he hid a lot of dead seniors. Where did he hide them? Buckhurst says, I have learned a lot from y'all. Thank you. Thank God, rather. Black social media. Amen. Well, thank you. Thank you. Sherry, how you doing? It says all of the money they spent in New York, every citizen there should have had them. He says a harm, or I think you mean a home, or even a free place to live. Nobody that was a citizen should have been sleeping on the sidewalks for in parks. Rather shameful. I totally agree with you. Yeah, and people are waking up. And CJ says asinine. Stormy Weather says 100. And there goes my memory. I don't know what that is in regards to. Donovan says a trans. Oh, you mean like 100, like that? Okay. Donovan says a trans category defeats the purpose. They are still competing against biological men. So that category is not needed. So what I'm saying is, because there could be trans women and trans men, and I'm gonna be talking over my head, so forgive me. Trans men and trans women. So just like there's a biological male and biological female category, why not have a trans women category? Because y'all get where I'm going. Trans women category and a trans men category, and they compete, with each other. Same, or no? Anyway. CJ says a girl was mad she still had to get a pap smear as a trans man. When I asked her, don't you still have the parts? She didn't say anything. Yeah, you might want to. Yeah, you got to get that. I mean, I imagine if you'd totally change, totally. From what I understand, they take all that out and they rearrange it or something again and over my head. Nubian Cutie, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Stormy Weather says, look at Cuomo Daddy. Is his Cuomo Daddy still alive? Wow. Ron says, Al Green looked like he was fixing that to use that cane on Trump. Yeah, he was pretty mad. Sunlight says, Dimitri, did you hear about the Hugo Boss cufflinks and Gucci tote bag for Brandon Johnson? I did not hear about that. Did he buy it with the taxpayers' money? Because if he did, he really needs to go, right? For those things are not cheap. And why are you buying that on the taxpayer dime if that's the case? CJ says, I holler when Trump called Warren Pocahontas again. Now, see, damn. Again, the other night, she even had to laugh. Pocahontas is wild. But of course, y'all know she was saying she was Indian. And then she came back and said, oh, no, I made a mistake. I'm really not. Oh, yeah, Brother Reggie. Roy Ayers passed away. He was 84 years old. Man, they going, boy. They going. Roy Ayers, man, he was one of the best to ever do it. And then I also heard that Dwayne Wiggins is sick. Now, there's been other, different reports. Some people say he's in hospice. But then they put a statement on the page, said that he's trying to, work at getting better or whatever. So obviously from Tony, I hope that is not the case, that he's in hospice. It's going to break my heart. And he's 64. So 64 is not old, but, Tony, they're in their 60s. I had the pleasure of seeing them about 2 years ago, almost about a year and a half ago, when they did their reunion tour, rather, and it was awesome. So hopefully he's going to be okay. Why is my thing like that? Like my light is tripping. It's weird. Sorry about that. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm radiating something. I don't know. Let's see here. Donovan says, it's still a biological male. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they compete against each other, then, problem solved. Yeah, it must be some sunlight coming in here. Sorry about that, y'all. J5, how you doing? It says DEIK. Stormy Weather says, because those itches don't want to come out. What? All right. Cerise says, some altered men might look like women, but they are still men on the inside. Yeah, that's why I said I'll be talking over my head. I don't want to do that. What is going on with my screen? It must be some sun coming in. I think that's what it is. It's above my head. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. It won't happen again. let's see. Sunlight says, Demetri, he has a gift closet. A gift closet. Someone is paying him and refused to say who it came from. Follow the money. Oh, so somebody's gifting him stuff like, here you go. Okay. Facts Not Feeling says, all them old Democrats upset that Trump used to take money from him in the 90s. They sure did. Brother Reggie says, all Transformers, you better quit. Mess need to go away. And it's sickening what Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union are doing to that young man. Some would argue. I would say, if that's who he wants to be, and my screen is really tripping. I would say if that's who he wants to be, he maybe wait till he's 18. She's 18. Over my head. Yes, but of course it never rains in Southern California, although I understand it's raining today or did yesterday. Michelle says they can change the outside, but never change the inside. The pelvis area said for women is wider to give birth than a man's pelvic areas. This is how they identify a body that's male or female. Yeah. I take your word for it. Yes. Mike, hey, little Walter. Yeah, not my brother. Although we used to say that. Sing that to him with the song. And Buckhurst, she says, I can see and hear. Okay. Donovan says, you're missing it. Trans men are average against men. They want to compete against women. I get it. Says they are also average against men. Trans women are never banned in the men's sports. They can't beat them. But I'm saying, I get that. But I'm saying that since they don't want to identify, and I'm trying not to get in trouble, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I know that they don't want to, so if they're born a male, they want to identify as a woman. Okay? Whatever. So get together with those that want to identify as a woman and y'all compete. And let those who want to identify as men, let them compete. Does that make sense? So I get it. I think. Goddess Intellect, how you doing? It says Demetri, beautiful. Thank you. It says hello, chat. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am. I cannot complain. Buckhurst says I'm strictly Black women. Better believe it. CJ says too much confusion. Yeah, that's why I try not to get there. Be over my head. My daughter be trying to educate me on those type of things because that's her generation. They understand all of that, and I'd be like, huh? Because the other day she was trying to explain to me when she was in college. She had a professor who was bisexual, but he married a woman. And I said, well, why would she marry him and he's bi? She says, you don't understand how it works. So a person that is bi, they don't mean that they can want, like if they marry a woman, that they're going to be with both a man and a woman. They're bi. If they choose a woman, then that's who they want to be with. However, if they were single and they wanted to be with a man, then they would. I was still confused, but that's kind of how she explained it to me. So Cherie says, they shouldn't legally be called a woman. Their cells and neurological system are always affirming their birth gender. Like I said, Brother Reggie says, putting a child on puberty blockers is evil and sick. Folks up here playing God. Yeah, I would tell the child, wait till you're 18. And I know back in the day, from what I understand, they used to make even people who were adults kind of have like some psychological evaluation to kind of make sure that's what they wanted to do, because I guess it's kind of hard to reverse if you can at all. So I don't know. S. Edgy, how you doing? It says good afternoon, Demetri, in the chat room. Donovan says they don't want to. Let's see. Says they don't want to. They would be average. I don't know. I don't. Honestly, I don't see. Have I ever known anybody who was trans? I can't say that I'd have. Huh. Donovan, you said, can y'all sign my petition to get Demetri off the internet? Good luck. You better bring an army. Goddess Intellect says, Donovan, we're going to petition against your petition. Come on now. CJ says, I was the one. It says, I was one of the only ones in my grad school whose class didn't know all of the labels. Yeah, I'm class of 1989, and that wasn't even a conversation. Not saying it wasn't a thing, because it was, but it wasn't a conversation at all. Now it's, what they say is like it's 79 genders or something. I don't know. Nubian Cutie says, I like that too. I just don't understand. I'd be like that too. I just don't understand. I need a whole black man only. There you go. Brother Reddy says, there are two genders. God, he says, no, not Trump. Stormy Weather says, and they cannot come after women because they are not one. They are going to mess around. They will not have sports at all. Remember swing pools? They closed them all. Yeah, I just try not to get into that conversation because I don't be knowing what I'm talking about, But I'm like y'all. I know I need me a man. Well, CJ says, one of my coworkers had a nephew who they said identified as a girl at 2. How would they know? That's why. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just don't know how they would know. You know what I mean? Says they dressed that baby up as a girl too. Now I know there's some parents who are like, well, we're just going to let them decide their gender. We're going to allow them to decide what they want to be. And it's like, why? If they come out a girl, raise them to be a girl, boy. I don't know, but I've heard that. I'm like, why? I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Reggie says, Demetra ain't going nowhere. Right. Nah, I just look, I was like, damn it. I'm supposed to be gone a half an hour. Sherry says, I blame this on some of the black women. They made it okay for transgender to be in our spaces. Oh, says, now they are trying to say that they can replace us. Yeah, right. I don't know if I would blame black women, but I get where you're going with that in regards to, yeah, girl, yes, girl. Yeah, I get that part of it. Is like, okay. Priscilla says, back in the day, they had to dress like the opposite sex for 2 years to make sure they knew what they were doing. So yeah, that's what I heard. They actually had to like go through life like that for a while as they were going to, psychological evaluation to make sure that's what they wanted to do. Nowadays, I don't know. Say LC, how you doing? Says, is this petition mess a Russian bot? No, that's Donovan. He's been trying for years. Cherie says biology is not taught in social studies. Okay. And the Tony Bone, where have you been? Welcome back. Stormy Weather says, why are you going to blame us? Yeah, I mean, I get where she's going with it, because there's a lot of women that say, yes, you go, girl. And then they be competing for some of the same men, because believe me, some of those men that y'all be with, they like a little something extra on the side too. And when I mean something extra, I mean something extra. Goddess Intellect says, I met a trans woman or man. I get confused on the term. And the stud who had a baby together. The state of confusion that I was in. Now I'm in a state of confusion. Thank you. Buckhorse says, yeah, it's going to get worse. We going to win. King Chris Lord, how you doing? He says, transgender is more common than people think. Y chromosomes are deficient and are supposed to be X. A man is not necessarily supposed to have Y chromosomes. Women have 2 chromosomes. Okay. I don't have anything. I'm just going to say, okay. I'm just going to say, okay. Because like I said, I'd be more confused than I already am. Hey, Brother Damon, how you doing? Hope you're well. So, I don't know. I got 12 minutes. What y'all want to talk about in the 12 minutes that I'm here? Throw it in the chat. I'm going to give y'all, since I was here an hour, I said a half an hour, and now I'm going to be here about an hour. Hey, Brother Thunder, how you doing? How you liking this weather today? You like the weather? It's pretty cool, huh? Or decent. So I'll be here, well, almost 10 minutes now. Throw it in the chat. You can ask me anything, or I'm going to be leaving early because I haven't eaten today, believe it or not. Stormy Weather says, and we know what God they follow. It has 2 heads. I'm almost afraid to ask which God is that. I'm scared. But like I said, I try not to get into that because it's not my wheelhouse. You know what I mean? And I thought it says, yeah, the weather is very nice. Yeah, it is. I be trying to get out there. When I was in California, I went walking and I got a little bit of a tan, but it's starting to leave now, and I need to get like darker. That's what I like to do in the summer. Like when I was in California, I just darker, because the sun is all the time and you're outside. I like to work out outside more than the gym, but Houston is not really conducive all the time for working out outside. But in California, yeah, I was outside all the time. And when I went last week or the week before, I was outside walked to the store, just walking everywhere. And then I walked for about an hour straight at the park that's close to my brother's house because that's where I stay when I go. To walk an hour straight in the sun. It was nice. All right, so let's see what we got. Okay. The Tony Boy says the left better get used to Trump and the Trumpers. Yeah, it's going to be a long 4 years for him. King Christian says, do you think that the Antichrist exists and could already be in power? I made a joke to my daughter. I said everybody was saying it was Trump. Maybe it's Elon. I don't know. I have to brush up on the dynamics of the Antichrist. So forgive me. But we could be. I mean, they could already be here. The way the world is moving now. I mean, if that's what you believe in, the way the world is moving now, yeah, they definitely could already be here. Because we seeing some things that definitely have been prophesied. So I don't know. It remains to be seen, right? Donovan says, is Tiffany Henry requesting your service? She can. I don't know what I can do for her. That would be probably one of my toughest cases. Brother Reggie says, when I was in the 9th grade, 1987, says, health class, we learned about sex between a man and a woman, STDs, and watched a video of a woman having a baby. What are they teaching kids now? I don't even know if they are. Because you said 1987. 1987, I was 16, so roughly 10th grade. But I remember those sex ed classes when I was in elementary, junior high, type of stuff. They're pretty basic. They taught you the basics. They didn't really get into all of that. Like you lay down, this is missionary and this is goalpost. They didn't get into all of that, but I don't even know. I don't even know if they're teaching that today because, people are so sensitive now. So I don't know. Allie, how you doing? Says, hello, Demetra. Go and rest. Have something to eat. I will in just a minute. My stepdaughter, she's coming down tomorrow or up here. I don't know, tomorrow. So I got a couple of things to do. You guys know the rodeo is going on in Houston. I won't be there tomorrow. My daughter and both of my daughters, I call them that. They'll be doing all of that this weekend. I'm going to go see Journey next weekend. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Sherry says, did you see where the immigrants are telling the other immigrants to work with food? He says, the other immigrants that work with food to do nasty things to the food. That's why I don't be liking to eat out. He says to the food, if an ICE agent come to get something to eat in the restaurant, if they work in just nasty, no more Mexican food for me, even though I don't work for ICE. Well, I hope they're not doing that. But, even not even migrants, I'm just very leery of eating out because people nowadays, they be tripping. I don't know what they be on, so I don't try to risk it too much. Sunlight says, Demetra, what's the best way to get info to you since you're not on Messenger? So I have a Messenger and I have inboxes, but they be so inundated with stuff that I just sometimes don't even check it because I can't keep up. But you can email me, DemetraK@gmail.com, DemetraK@gmail.com. I do occasionally check those. And I do see you guys' emails. I just can't respond to all of them. So yeah, DemetraK.com. Jason, how you doing? Says these puppets want to keep us on the plantation. Yeah, and we runaway slaves around here. Hey Stephen, how you doing? Tell your wife who said hello, or I said we, like there was people. Maybe there's somebody else inside me. I don't know. I'll tell your wife I said hello. He says I've been quiet. It's been snowing again in Tehachapi, California. Dang, it does snow in Tehachapi, California, but y'all getting some pretty funky weather there too. I know it's cold in the IE, or it was anyway. Sunlight says, are you participating in Ramadan this year? Nope. I got to do it next year. Just for, different reasons. And so you can't eat or drink anything from sun up to sundown, and I have to drink water. So I don't want to jack my kidneys up. So yeah, I have to drink water. But yeah, I plan to next year. That is the goal. My daughter's like, yeah, right. Sister Shirley says, Eric Adams is a better choice than Cuomo. I also live in New York City. Okay. Wow. Facts Not Feeling says, my heavens, the thought of seeing Demetra with tan lines. Yeah, I got some. Got some tan lines. I ain't going to show it to y'all right here, though. Or nowhere for that matter. Cherie says, I heard it was Prince William. Prince William that did what? And Michelle says, I think Elon, that's the Antichrist. Is that what you're saying, Prince William? Michelle says, I think Elon comes close to the Antichrist. I do not agree with AI robots. Yeah, if you know, you know. Brother Thunder says, did you see when they refused to stand and call that black boy with brain cancer and he was with a strong black father? They refused. Unbelievable, but they are for the black father. Really? Yeah, no, I agree. That was nasty. Democrats are nasty people. Republicans, I'm not saying they any better, but Democrats are really nasty. And I didn't realize how nasty they are until the last couple of elections. Just nasty, mean, evil. And then you know what the other part is that really just chaps my hide? Most of them will be up in the church singing, praising the Lord, talking about we got, we are godly and Christian like, but they the nastiest, meanest people. Just nasty and mean. Like I saw how they did Snoop. Mad at Snoop because, I know he, had said some stuff last election cycle, but people are allowed to change their minds. But those nasty, and I say nasty Democrats, they dog Snoop for a whole month. Just nasty. And I'm like, what part of that would make anybody want to go back to the Democrat Party? I wouldn't. Like, I never have been a part of peer pressure, none of that stuff. And that wouldn't make me want to go back. You bothering people. I'm telling y'all, my block list this last election cycle is long. I can't tell you how many people are on my block list on different social media platforms. I block them. I'm like, nah, you go over there with somebody because my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. And if you wouldn't say that to me in the street, don't say it to me on the internet, So I just block them so I don't bring my blood pressure up. But nasty people. Dwayne Williams, how you doing? Says that boy ain't right, Peggy. As Eddie says, Demetra, if you really want to be dark, you should borrow from me. Okay, I got you. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have to lay out. I do lay out, but I don't like doing it here as much because there's a lot of mosquitoes around here. It'd be like biting you all over, and I have to put the off on. Don't really like to do that. It's a lot. Off with suntan oil is a lot. CJ says, folks are going to be like the Antichrist, though. And King Chris says, we need to bring back home economics. Yep. And shop classes, home economics and shop classes, aid in sex education teaching too. So you mean like what, gender roles? Is that what you're saying? Because I did home economics and I don't remember anything about sex in there. Wasn't always paying attention either. So Facts Not Feeling says, I cannot wait until polygamy becomes legal in the U.S. Better move to Utah. Says it's gonna be beautiful. We real men will build the black race strong and better than before. Yeah, I guess I just have to be sitting that one out. I ain't gonna share. Although in most of my relationships, I've been forced to share against my will. But I don't willingly want to do that. Okay. They call that cheating. That I was cheated on. Your average logical thinker, how are you this fine afternoon? As Eddie says, usually I don't eat out. Yeah, I'm just scared now. The Tony Bone says, I try not to eat out, cook at home. Yep. Reggie says it's sickening they didn't stand for DJ or even for the mother whose daughters were killed by illegals. Yeah, because they brought all that in. And the little girl, I can't remember her name. I think it was Jasmine here in Houston. It was horrible. Just horrible. Horrible. And even when Kamala was asked about it, she goes, oh, my heart breaks. Oh, my heart breaks. It's like, we need more than your broken heart, sis, okay? Y'all did that. You and Biden, y'all did that. They don't want to have that conversation, though. King Chris says, do you answer men floating in your DMs? I don't even really be knowing nowadays because, like I said, I don't really go to the DMs like that. But no. Rod says, These fast food companies make people work when they are sick. Yep. Says don't blame you for not eating fast food. And they only paying them $7.25 an hour. If you're, here in Houston, California, I think maybe it's 2019 or something. Even still, it's not enough, but you paying people $7.25 to work with your food. I want them happy. So I need them to be paid more money. I want them happy. I can't wait to go to work. Put a little extra seasoning. Not the funky extra seasoning, but I need them happy. You want people disgruntled working with your food that you're going to ingest it. Yeah, I just think that's weird. Thunder says, DK, your skin looks amazing in my mind. He says, I can almost smell shea butter. Your skin looks really smooth. And as always, I say this respectfully. Well, thank you for that. As I get older, I have to really take care of my skin. That's why I said too, like when I come on here with my hat, certain days I just have days where I don't really do much to my face or my hair. Because, I'm a natural, like all the way. Only most I do to my hair that's not natural is I blow dry it. And I don't even run a blow dry through my hair. I'll hold it and, just blow dry it like that. So I try not to do too much chemicals to myself. But yeah, some days are just like, don't comb your hair. Don't put too much on your face. Just rock out, sis. So thank you, though. Yeah, but I got to take care of my skin because, when you start to get older, you do start to see some wrinkles. And yeah, I don't roost like I used to. That's my time. I'm gonna get down to these comments though. Sharice says, did you see how the Democrats were fighting so hard for the illegals? I did see it. Any average logical thinker says Thunder be flirting his tail off. He said respectfully. Frederick, how you doing? Says Demetrius perfectly golden brown. Well, thank you. But I'm trying to be crispy. Y'all seen my daughter before. Not that my daughter's crispy. She's chocolate. And there's nothing wrong with being crispy. My baby daddy crispy, okay? She's chocolate. And I always say, us chocolate girls got to stick together. She said, you can't sit with us. Yeah, logical thinker. He says, did you guys see the flying cars already? 3K on pre-order. According to IGN, we don't need no flying cars. These mugs can't even drive on the ground, let alone fly. No. What? We need something to happen. I don't know what, but we do. Marjorie says, Demetri, do you think the Three Musketeers will face some sort of challenging backlash from the European government? And who is the Three Musketeers, if you don't mind me asking? Samuel C., what's going on with you? Isaac G., what's going on? He says, nasty work, sis. Who? Brother Samuel, how you doing? When you call me last night, I'll be asleep early. I'm not going to lie. After I got off here, I did what I needed to do, and I jumped right in the bed. It was probably 7:15, 7:30, and I was out. Because I do all of my videos on Wednesday, and I always tell people mental work is a lot harder than physical work for me. Because, I do 15 stories, 10 for African Diaspora News Channel, 5 for Emancipation Media. And if y'all haven't followed those channels, go follow. Also, we have the app on African Diaspora News Channel. So I have to find my stories, research the stories, and then I have to record my stories. And sometimes when I record my stories, it's not straight through. I'm like, damn it, I didn't mean to say that. Okay, let me do it over. And so I have to think on my feet because I don't script my stories. I just kind of see a story. I'm like, okay, I know maybe where I'm going to go. And I try to just do it off the head so it comes off as authentic. And by the time I'm done doing that, I got to upload them to the editors. I have 2 editors I got to upload it to. Then I got to get my thumbnails done. And then I got to write out all the sentences. And so I got to put everything, send everything that's not together so everybody could put it together. And then they send me back a finished product. And then I got to go from there. So Wednesdays I do that. So that's why I be exhausted. Plus my own shows, and all the other stuff I do outside of the internet. So I'll be tired, like legitimately. But anyway, y'all didn't care about that. Damon says, let them say, stay nasty. FBA is off the Democratic plantation. Yep. Buckhorse says, we ain't doing that singing no more. Nope. Samuel C says the liberals, regardless of race, are worse than the conservatives. I agree. Yep. Thunder says, in the words of Umar, he says, black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I don't know if y'all seen the latest about Dr. Umar, but I'm going to let y'all find out for yourself because I'm not one to gossip. Okay. CJ says, exactly, Miss D having the nerve to talk wicked in some of these churches too. Yep, they nasty. Brother Steven says they were mad at Snoop because he got the bag of money. I mean, he's a businessman at the end of the day, right? Damon says, summertime, I get a coach's tan. Yes, especially in California, right? Reggie says, home economics, you learn about cooking and sewing. Wasn't no sex talk. No, I don't remember that. I don't remember no sex talk and home economics. Unless that was like the after hours class. I don't know. Samuel C. He says, I remember I had a sister who's a bleeding heart Democrat try and tell me how Kamami and all Democrats do good things for Black people. We all know that's BS. I didn't even argue. I just laughed. That's all you could do. Brother Samuel says, now if those Democrats would have agreed to the good parts, they probably would have got rewarded from robocalls with votes, yet they wouldn't sell out the Dems' mission, but will sell out their own. Yep, I totally agree with you. Sister Shirley says, Demetra, most women share even if they aren't aware of it. Yeah, I've been forced to share and I didn't like it. So yeah, I'm not gonna share nobody. Sorry, I ain't gonna do it. Not willingly. You be cheating on me, I find out it's a different story. Then listen, just off the cuff, the next relationship I get in, if I get cheated on, y'all don't see me on here, it's because I'm probably in prison. Okay. And I'm in prison. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. So all right, I'm gonna skip down because I know I said I was gonna get out of here. So I'm gonna go down to the bottom. The average logical thinker says, don't answer the DMs, nothing but psychosis there. I've seen it. Brother Thunder said, DK, what about if you're the one at the top keeping the others in line? Would that work for you? No. Says, and the other women pay tribute to you, all that. No. Okay, I'll tell you, I'll compromise, right? I would share under these circumstances. I got to have my own house and you pay for it. And we don't need to, you can give you 2 minutes to them. We don't need to do that. I'll cook. I'll make sure, do all the bills. Oh, so you're giving me $20,000 to pay the bills this month? Okay, everybody's mortgage is paid and all of that. Yeah, okay, I'll do all of that. I'll make sure the groceries are, done, and I'll cook every once in a while. Glow the Dean can't be on her feet like she used to. I'll cook every once in a while. And you can have the ditzy ones. Y'all can do the 2 minutes mommy sex. Y'all do all that. I do what the older women do. That's the only way I'll share. You take care of me. Make sure I don't have to pay for nothing. And yeah, I'll share that way. Now, don't worry about who coming over my house, though. But I will share. Yes. That's the only way. Brother Reggie says, what is a woman? It's your mama. What is a woman? It's your mama, Pastor. Pastor Gino Jennings. You know what? If you was ever confused, there you go. All right. Sherry says, Will George Lopez, a so-called comedian actor, said when his people get mad, he says, ish in the fields on our food. Because I have never seen so many recalls on our fruit and vegetables since these people have been working in a lot of these fields. They were so mad at him for telling their secret. My Lord. Let me go on and just eat a bag of air. Man. Hey, Craig, how you doing? It says, hello, Miss D. Love the show, and I agree. The Democrats are nasty people. Well, thank you. I love you for being here. And I know some of them are going to get mad. I'm friends with a lot of Democrat people, but they nasty acting and it's evil. Evil. They almost act like some of the people in the church, just like Nosferatu. Crazy. Thunder says, oh, you're talking to Reggie. Let's see. Mansa Musa, how you doing? Where have you been? Sherry says, I like them crispy. All right, K-Mac, how you doing? Thank you. Who else is on here? Yes, mental exhaustion is crazy. It is. It's a lot. And Brother Samuel, you a teacher. I know they be driving you crazy. Renee, how you doing? Says in the 70s, I felt like a brown mouse. I tried to get dark chocolate. He says, but I overexposed and it made my skin look tough. After I cleared that up, I was satisfied with being brown skin. Yeah, I don't be doing too much because you could jack your skin up. Hey, Easy E, how you doing? Thank you, Brother Damon. I appreciate you for that. I ain't gonna tell y'all what Umar did. Y'all got to find out on your own because then I'm gonna be gossiping and I don't want to do that. Y'all find out, and when y'all find out, y'all come back, and y'all, we can have a conversation about it. But he need to get his affairs in order. I would say that. Christian says sewing is tying the knot, which is marriage. Oh, which is sex talk. Think the stiff rod goes through the whole Nazi. You tripping? You made that up. You almost had me. Brother Reggie says, do not donate to the Dr. Umar Baby Mama Fund. That imaginary school ain't getting built. Yeah, he got some other stuff that he needs to take care of. I would say that. He does. Yeah, Raj, you're going to have to send me bail money. I ain't lying. Sherry says, girl, I will put some money on your books. What I'm going to do to him, whoever this him is, if he cheats on me, I ain't going to be getting no bail. They ain't going to get no bail. I'm just saying, I did it and I do it again. So you better lock me up. You don't have to take me to trial. I did it. And I'm not sorry. I did it. Just make sure that my jumpsuit matches my complexion. I don't look good in orange too much. I'm not even going to plead insanity. I was full aware of what I did. Yes, it was premeditated. Some of it was crime of passion, but I had already said on many lives what I would do if it happened to me again. So lock me up. Lock me up. Renee says, I'm 70 and sharing, I don't like it, and give that hussy hell. Ooh, you're going to have to come on here and tell us your story one day. I just ain't the sharing type. I don't want to share. The Hula Gang, now you've been missing too. Now, how you doing? Yeah, I can't. Somebody says you might be on or something. Yeah, that's the only way I share. My own house, my own car. I make sure you and the hussies are straight. Y'all, you got something to eat every once in a while. The cabinets are full. You're going to pay for it, though. I don't want to pay. I come out no money. I just want to, be cute. Yeah, wear my white diamonds and my Elizabeth Arden red door with my mocktail. And how y'all doing? That's all I want to do. All right, so let's see. Tony Boney says he loved Pastor Gino. Marjorie says, never. I ain't mixing body fluids. Come on now. Messing up my chemistry balance. You better tell him again. No, I ain't going to be no bail. Easy says, D, whoever that lucky dude is will not cheat physically, only mentally cheating. Now, you know what? I'm going to give y'all about another 2 more minutes. I don't want to say, I don't know. I want to say I never want to date. I'm more or less like, I want to get married. I don't want to be nobody's girlfriend. As I've said before, Glow Dean is too old to begin and walk to the car. I can't be having Rufus say, I got to get up early and go to work, so I walk you to your car. I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that. And, when you get to be almost 54, you can't be called nobody's girlfriend. That's my boyfriend. I need to be calling somebody my husband, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen because I love you, men. I do. I love you, but y'all ain't going to act right. I think I have enough resume of dating, and I haven't really dated that many people, to be honest with you. All of my relationships have been long-term, and it always ends the same. Like, are you kidding me? Why? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm not giving up, but can I be honest with y'all? Last time my hair was falling out, and my kidneys, my doctor was like, you're getting close to being considered having kidney failure. And I was like, me? So that's why I can't do Ramadan, because I don't want to, I got to drink water type of thing. But I say all that to say, and I had to really work on myself, because I've been cheated on by everybody. I'm just not gonna lie. I've been cheated on by everybody except for my high school sweetheart. I told you that he's going to the Navy. He said my uncle told me that there's gonna be a lot of girls and women there, and I'm probably gonna cheat. So he was man enough in high school to say I might cheat. He didn't. He came back. By then it was too late. But I can't go through that again. And I've worked on myself. I'm not bitter or nothing like that. So I don't want y'all to think that. But I just kind of like where I am now in life. And like I said, I have a resume enough to know I don't care how good he is. And, honestly, most of the men I've been with, well, some of them, they've been good, right? Some of them been really good. And, it like hit me like a ton of bricks because I'm like, okay, what did I do? What did I do to deserve that? And like I said, the last time it took a toll on me, I had to go to therapy. As I said, my hair was falling out. Kidneys was bad because my blood pressure was up. And when you go through that much devastation, it takes a toll on your body. You just don't realize how devastating that is. And so when I was going through that, I said to myself, if I could just sleep again, like go to sleep, because I don't have no problem falling asleep. If I could just do that again, if I could do that again and not ruminate, go over and over and over again, what did I do? I'm such a good woman. And listen, you can ask anybody know me, all of my exes, they'll tell you, Demetra is a good woman. Like some people say, I'm a good woman and they're a horrible person. No, for real, I'm a good woman, okay? Most of my friends that are single are good women, right? But so when I got to the point where I could sleep again and not wonder about the woulda, coulda, shoulda, what happened, this, I said, oh no, it take I don't know who he had to be for me to give that up. But I don't want to say when you get this old, like I'm old, because sometimes I have to catch myself like, damn, you ain't that old. But when you get this age, you do start to see like wrinkles, maybe a little here and there. And then sometimes you get up. I told y'all one time when I went to the trash can to pick up the trash can. And that's why I really be thinking, damn, I need a man. When I have to bring the trash can back from the curb on trash day, I bent down and my back locked up. I was like, oh, snap. And I'm bent over in like the middle of the street, like, I hope I'm not on everybody ring camera because I really can't get up. So I managed to kind of like get up enough to walk the trash can back. And my back was jacked up for like 2 or 3 days. I never had that happen before. Then I reminded myself, you don't rooster like you used to. You ain't the spring chicken you used to be. So I say all that to say, if I'm getting another relationship, man, I can't be going through that. If I don't kill him, it might kill me. And again, I'm not like down on relationships. I would love to be in a relationship, but I don't want to be like, yeah, he on his phone a lot, who he texting, and they're on social media and seeing him kikiing and hi-hiing with different women. And I don't want to go through all that no more. And it's no disrespect to anybody that I've been with. I'm still pretty cordial with most of the people that I've been with, except for my ex-husband of 10 months. Because that mofo, I think he's the king of the cheaters because he's a truck driver. Okay, y'all do what you need to do with that. But so I'm cordial with everybody, but I can't afford physically to go through that again. And that's why I would say for those of y'all who may be, hey, Gloria, how you doing? I Negroes, what's going on with you? For those of y'all who are cheaters, I'm just going to say this to you and I'm going to leave, okay? For those of y'all who cheat and you think that's okay, you're going to get it back. Now, I'm not talking about you got a couple of women and they know about each other. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about y'all that say, I want to be with you and you only, and that person, man or woman, because I know that's happened to men too. That man or woman says, listen, I done been through hell and back with the people I've been with. And you say, oh, girl, I'm going to rock your world. I ain't going to cheat on you. I'm a man of God. I ain't never cheated on nobody. And then they give you the time of day. And then, y'all in a relationship and then bam. I would say, honestly, and I'm not even being over dramatic. I would have rather been hit by a truck. Not a Mack truck, maybe like a little Toyota one like from the 70s. But I'd have rather been hit by a truck than to go through the devastation of being cheated on. And I say that because, and I'm not trying to freak y'all out, and I'm really just trying to talk to the people who cheat. The person you cheat on, they have to imagine. Because a lot of times people think cheating is Okay, 2 minutes. Was it good for you? Yeah, now I'm gonna go home to my wife or my girlfriend. And I was a fiance, okay? Not that that mattered. But anyway, it's not just that. It's a whole, yeah, and not without being vulgar, it's a lot of stuff that goes on with people who cheat. Because more than likely, if you cheating on your significant other, y'all not doing mommy stuff. Y'all just hanging from the chandeliers and putting your mouth where they don't belong, and all. Y'all doing the most. And then you want to come back and put your feet in the bed of the person that you say you're supposed to be loyal to. And so when that person finds out that you did that to them, that they are never the same. Never. And people have to work on their trust issues. You have trust issues like bad. I don't have them no more. I would say that those experiences for me have made me a better person, but I'm more wise, right? I kind of can maybe spot some things, but this is the other thing. Because a lot of times when you cheated on, people say, how did you not know? You didn't see. No, because there's some people who are hell bent on lying to you. Some people are hell bent on gaslighting or telling you it ain't you, it's me. Oh, ain't nothing wrong. Oh, I didn't come home on time I was supposed to come home because I worked overtime, or I'm going out of town with the guys. And and if you don't think that and don't have any clues that person is doing that to you, you're like, oh yeah, sure, okay. Do you need to help me help you pack something for your guys' trip out? Oh yes, I'll make sure you have a nice fresh toothbrush and all of that, and they have to brush their teeth that they didn't went downtown on Sally. So I'm saying all that to say, yes, Carrie, karma is real. Cheaters, I know y'all thinking y'all getting away with something, but oh no, especially if you a good person. God, the universe, whatever system you subscribe to, don't play about good people, because good people don't deserve that. And I've said to everybody I've been with, if you ever feel like you want to be with somebody outside of me, just tell me. Just tell me. Am I going to be hurt? Yes. But see, I could get over that because people change their minds. People change their minds. People say, hey, I thought I wanted to be with you, but big booty Judy, her booty just a little bit big. All right, I get that. But the devastation of finding out that you gave your all to a person, you love that person, and you were just the best to that person, that's what messes you up. So you're like, and I'm gonna say this to you men, okay? I'm just gonna leave it at this. Because I hear this a lot. Oh, they know men, women have a shelf life and all that. All right, we might have a shelf life, but I'll be 54 next month. And as I told my sister this, I said, if I never get in a relationship again, I've been in enough relationships. But for a woman, it's a little different than men. I'm gonna tell you why. That die single or die alone, like y'all say. A woman is not going to necessarily die alone, because more than likely she has children, and those children have children. So you got grandchildren, and y'all can tell me I'm lying or not. Most of the time, all the grandkids, they go over grandma's house. We're going over grandma's house on the weekend, on Christmas, Thanksgiving, this, that, and the other. We love on grandma. Or I don't have any grandchildren, but the auntie and Tia, that's what they call me. The fathers, y'all get, well, we gonna stop over there after we leave grandma's house. We gonna come see how you doing, or we gonna come see you the day after Thanksgiving, right? So what I'm saying is, oftentimes, and I'm not saying it's right, but men get the short end of the stick. So if you that type of man or even woman that burnt your candle at both ends, fear of missing out on this big booty or that big booty or this dude or that dude, and then when you get up there and your prospects start to slow down, and you in your rocket chair, you're like, damn, I blew through a whole lot of good women or good men looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right, and here I am by myself. So I don't know. But yeah, our Negroes, be an adult. Be an adult. I don't want you no more. You're a horrible person. You are ugly. You stink. Whatever. I want to be with somebody else. But all that, nah, it ain't you, it's me. Or I got to work on myself and all that. And then you cheating. Wow. Boy, I tell you, Frankie says women cheat too and better. You didn't hear me say women don't cheat. Because who the men cheating with? And I would agree with you. Women are better at the cheating. Yeah, because women, man, women make up all kind of scenarios. Yeah, you know how we get down, me and my mama. We make I don't know, cakes every Wednesday night. You know, we got to go to a different town to get the ingredients. So I'm gonna be gone for a minute. But if I don't answer my phone, it's because we go into a place where they don't have too many signals. But I'm gonna call you as soon as I can. Just leave me a message, right? And they be like a goalpost somewhere. So that's all I'm saying. Brother Samuel C. Reddick says, if you don't want stay married or be with someone, tell them the truth. Be real and don't lie, don't cheat. So don't cheat because, again, karma will snake bite you in the long run. Yeah, because it's horrible to do that to people. So it ain't nothing in them streets, Reggie. Ain't nothing in them streets. Get somewhere and sit down. Sit down. My good friend, Donovan. He says, fellas, you can't F them all. And I said, see, that's the word y'all need to be spreading. You can't get them all. Sit down somewhere. Get you one, sit down. Yeah, she don't look good as that 20-year-old or that 30-year-old. Yeah, gravity is going to do what it's going to do. But is that woman or that man good to you? Do they fulfill most of your needs? Do they care about you? You get up in the morning, they make sure you got something to eat, or do they do the things that matter? Yeah, Gloda can't really, grab her feet like she used to when you got together. But Gloda, she didn't grab her feet enough for you. There's never enough of more. So sit down, get with somebody and sit down. Be happy. See, I would love to do that. But like I said, whew, man. Anyway, hey, Michael, Robert, how you doing? Facts Not Feeling says, my ex-wife is still trying to get me back because she knows she will never find another me. Yeah. And you know what? There's probably a point in time that you would have gotten back with her. I don't know how bad she did you. But there might have been a time where it's like, during that time, she probably was gaslighting, doing the most, and talking to you crazy. Boy, I tell you, whew, I ought to write a book. Anyway, Gloria says, I don't trust because of it. Yeah, a lot of people don't. A lot of people are afraid to date, afraid to venture off because that devastation, man. Damon says, I don't want fast food. I want a home-cooked meal. Yeah, that's what you get when you single in them streets. You eat those hungry mans in the top ramen and, food that ain't going to sustain you. Sunlight says, Demetri K., you mean your co-host Donovan? Yes, Donovan. Donovan said that. He says, you can't, to the fellas, you can't F them all. You can't be with them all. Get you one. Sit down. And what I know of Donovan, he's a faithful dude. I don't know. I've never heard that he's cheated on nobody or nothing like that. So get somewhere, be comfortable, sit down, and honestly, those of us who older do you and we're single, do you ever just think about what it would have been like if you would have been in a longer term relationship, sitting up at night watching, your favorite, as the older people say, programs. You watching your favorite programs, and y'all on the downhill now. You know how they say you get 50, you're over the hill. Well, now you're going downhill. Everything's easy. You probably got everything paid off. Y'all probably about to retire if you haven't retired already. Y'all don't want for much. Just y'all going out everywhere. Y'all got a little routine. You may be watching the sunset. If you like me, you're from California, you listen to oldies on Sunday. You're driving and you're sitting next to each other. Of course, you're supposed to have your seatbelt on nowadays, but Sunday evening cruise with the oldies. That's what I see. I ain't got to do that by myself. And I drive a Hyundai Sonata 2013, and it just ain't the same. Dundee says, how many of these young girls know what a crock pot is, man? They better learn, especially nowadays, right? All right. King Christian says, you got to believe it to achieve it. I mean, I believe it, but it got to be more people in the belief process than just me. Like, I believe I want to be with somebody who ain't going to cheat, but the other person got to believe that too. Brother Eddie says, got more time for the get down. Right. But you know, when you get that old, it's like, All right. That was a fun 2 minutes for me. Thunder says, some to watch movies. Yeah, someone to watch movies with and travel, a nice lifetime. This is awesome. And most importantly, no drama. Yeah. Y'all know these, I almost said something inappropriate, but these men and women in their 50s and 60s, they still out there city girling and city boying and, you know, trying to find the next hot and popping. It's like, you ain't tired yet. Yeah, I mean, you about ready to be putting Bengay on the knees and you know, got the trying to have the Megan Thee Stallion knees. It's like, sit down. It's got to be exhausting. Like I said, my daughters, you know, I have a biological daughter, I have a stepdaughter, but I call my daughters. They're going to be out in town. It's like, you don't want to go. I said, no, I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm not going to be hanging out with y'all. No, y'all have fun. So Brother Sam says, I never considered the option of divorce. My parents were married 56 years. Yeah, so you've seen that. You've seen the example of, you know, people making it work. Nowadays, people like, I don't like that you said that. I'm a cheat or I'm going to leave you. It's crazy. So anyway, I love y'all. I'm going to get out of here. I know I went on longer than I said. I was supposed to be. I'm over an hour over than what I said I was going to be. But that's okay. It was fun for me. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here so I can get me something to eat. Thank you guys for everything that you do. Y'all want to help out the channel. There's ways to do that at the bottom. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Super Chats, and all the above. I don't know if I'll come back here tomorrow. I might, but I might not. Just know you'll be surprised if I do. Well, thank you. I enjoyed you guys as well. So I'll see y'all. If not tomorrow, definitely Sunday. And Donovan will be here. Peace.